Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Hope you are doing well, having a great morning, afternoon, evening. It's a beautiful Saturday morning right now. Just finished mowing the lawn, doing some work outside, and now it's time to dive into some Quarterflash. We're going to be listening to the track Williams Avenue. This is off of their album of the same name, their debut studio album, released in 1981. We're listening to this track because it was suggested and sponsored, by Michael. So Michael, thank you so much. I appreciate the support and the recommendation as well. I know the band has been mentioned as well in the past. I'm just going to pull up some names here. But I've heard of the name of the band. I don't believe that I've ever heard anything from them. However, I know people have mentioned the band. Let me see one more thing. David Oliveris, you mentioned them. Discuss Debate also mentioned them as well in the past. If I go back 3 years, so thank you guys at least for the mention. Like I said, the name looks familiar, but I cannot say definitively if I've ever heard anything from them. But we're gonna go ahead and dive in right now and take them on a tour, take them on a listen. This is also going to be the last track on their album, just as for some context here. So let's go ahead and dive in. We'll talk about it and discuss it a little bit after. Here we go. Okay, right into it. I mean, the bass has got me. That was a sneaky little sax note. Michael knows I like sax. That's skating music. Walk that bass down that street. I love that little note right there and there.
I'm a stranger, I know it's true, but I was hoping that you just might change the rules. A city pigeon in the Portland Zoo, high on Williams Avenue. Oh, let me ride your Cadillac. I don't care when I get back. At least I'll say that I once knew. High on Williams Avenue. High on Williams Avenue. High on Williams Avenue. Yeah. Me and Lord are more than ready for that blood red moon to shine, and your autumn air is heady. Come and take me for a ride.
Isn't it? Oh, I love that violin solo. This is some good pop right here. Love that bass rhythm with those little strum notes on the guitar. Oh yeah. What a cool solo that is. That's some extra percussion here. That's Sparky. This is a very cool, like, chill track, but this fun and poppy with great instrumental around it.
Hallelujah, Friday's here.
Bring it around.
The week is long for the insincere. The wine is red, the song is blue. High on Williams Avenue. High on Williams Avenue. High on Williams Avenue. Yeah.
I think one thing that obviously I like this track. One thing you got to take into context, and for me, like speaking as well personally, is the mood that you're listening to this in, right? So right now, Saturday morning, it's pretty much exactly 10 a.m. This is the first song that I'm recording for today's particular recording session. This is how I'm starting my day. 10 o'clock on a Saturday, I'm sitting down, relaxed. What am I listening to? This is like the perfect gateway track into my recording session. It's fun, it's upbeat, great instrumental, poppy, catchy. It's got it all. This is a great way for me to start the day. This is a great way for me just to begin. And even that aside, like, it's just a fun song. I see that there's a track on here called Cruisin' with the Deuce. I don't know who the Deuce is, but this song is cruising. This song is just one of those, like, to me, just driving, cruising, skating. I had to bring up the video of the roller rink because it reminded me of like an old 80s, 90s roller rink, and like the colors, the sounds, and trying to hold hands in your adolescence with, you know, the person that you had a crush on. Like, just all that. The what was it, the couples skate at the end, you know, when you would call everyone off. Man, when I was young, I hated that because I was like, I have no one to skate with. I just wanted a little more time to skate, you know, an extra 5 minutes, but no, we got to dedicate it to the couples or whatever. Anyways, this was just a cool track to listen to. And to me, this is like a perfect pop song because it's pop, it's catchy, you know, it's relatively straightforward for the most part, but at the same time, it's an almost 8-minute track. And it's not like an 8-minute track where it feels like a single that's just been extended, you know, like they take the break and double it or whatever. There's actually different segments that it goes into in those solos, you know? You get the sax, you get the guitar, you get a little, I wouldn't say a bass solo, but a bass lead with the strummed chords of the guitar just kind of coolly setting pace right beneath that. You get a lot of different segments. It's not like it's just rest on its laurels and it just, hey, let's just double the break a little bit and make it an extended version or make it a little longer to stand out. No, it actually makes sense in its duration. I really enjoy that. Let me bring up the names. I don't have the names of the band members here. I mean, from the very beginning, I knew I was going to enjoy it. When I hear the very... right there. To be honest, when it first started and as it moved on, it was reminding me a little bit of Alan Parsons' project to an extent, but then also like before the vocals came in, but like with the smoothness of it, a little Steely Dan, like it's kind of in that space, I would say, where it's good. It's pop. Hold on, I can do this. It's pop executed brilliantly. Something like that. So, Rindy Ross on the vocals and playing that saxophone. Love her voice. It's like what year did this come out? 81? 81. It's like the perfect 80s voice to me. Like, she just has a wonderful sound to her. Smooth. Sounds like she can rock a little bit with the best of them. And then her sax solo. Wonderful. I love the horns that are thrown in here. You also had some violin from Bruce Sweetman, who some very sweet violin being played there. Marv Ross and Jack Charles on guitars and some backing vocals, which, like I said, I love some of those chords, the way that they're strummed. The solo in there is very just cool. That's what I'm hearing listening to this track. It's just cool. The bass from Rich Gooch. Come on. That bass was popping. And drums and some extra percussion from Brian David Willis. This is just a really cool track. And I'm curious, because I'm looking at the Wikipedia article really quick just to kind of, I was looking at their names here. And this track did not chart or anything, which surprises me because it just feels like a track that would. Because it definitely has, to me at least, some single energy to it. I see that the track Heart in My Heart and Find Another Fool were the singles from the album. As far as I know, I never heard of them. But while we're here, let's look at the lyrics for this particular track. On the north side of town, where that blood red moon is going down, and all the stars are right on cue, high on Williams Avenue. Hallelujah, Friday is here, the week is long for the insincere, the wine is red and the song is blue, high on Williams Avenue. Now, I don't know where Williams Avenue is, but it seems like the place to be. I'm a stranger, I know it's true, but I was hoping that you just might change the rules. I said it feels like I'm in the Portland Zoo, high on Williams Avenue. Let me ride your Cadillac. I don't care when I get back. At least I'll say that I once knew, high on Williams Avenue. Me and love are more than ready for that blood red moon to shine, and your autumn air is heady. Come and take me for a ride. Then it repeats the chorus from there at the final roundabout to bring it all around. That's a fantastic track. That is fun to listen to. It jams as well. Like I said, the instrumentals are like clearly like fun to play. It sounds like a track that would be fun for like musicians or another band to kind of cover and kind of play off of it a little bit. Because there is a lot of space that's left in there, like for musicians to play, which I like. And it's not like show-offy solos. It's solos and segments that make sense in the context of such a fun song to listen to. So this is very enjoyable. This is like I said, a great wake-up track for me and for this particular session. So, Michael, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you once again as well for the support. I appreciate that. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. Hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.